Caleb Sturgis to kick off. Kerwin Williams back to receive for the Cardinals and has a chance to bring it out from about a yard into the end zone. And Williams will take the ball out to the 22-yard line, having maybe his best season. And that's saying something since he's been in the league a long time. And he begins by going deep downfield and through the hands of John Brown. So Brown had gotten out in front, who comes into the game with 55 receptions. Now play action, look at that time, great protection, and it enables a first down to be gotten here from the 33. Ball is handed off to David Johnson. He's the workhorse right now, picks up 6. Let's take a look at the Eagle D. Of that secondary had the 99-yard interception return against Tom Brady a couple of weeks ago. And this is David Johnson, who gets stacked up just short of the first down. Kurt Warner went to school. 3 tight ends here. Palmer on a roll, looks back over the middle, and then throws up to the 36-yard line, and it's hauled in there by Jerron Brown. That's Fitzgerald in the slot. And Palmer fires over the middle, and that is caught. He goes to the tight end, and that's Darren Fells riding the Eagles all the way to the 7-yard line, setting up a first down and goal in the game's opening drive at the 7-yard line. To the right side, and then cutting it back and taking it to the 2-yard line goes David Johnson. Second and goal from the 2. And this is Johnson going into the end zone. And how easy did the Arizona Cardinals make that look? So Philly deferred, gave the ball to the Cardinals, 4 first downs on the way into the end zone.
Again, this is just going to look too easy. Wide receiver, Jerron Brown comes there. Darren Fells there, just one-on-one, and not even a real good fist.
Start out like that at home. A little less than 4.5 minutes from his dad, Bill Bidwell, running this Arizona Cardinal franchise. And right now they are on a total roll as it's run back to the 26-yard line by Josh Huff. Flanking Central Philadelphia is from the 24-yard line. Ryan Matthews takes the ball up to the 30-yard line. Meanwhile, Arizona is first. 2nd and 6. Ball handed off again to the former San Diego Charger in his first year as an Eagle. Bradford on 3rd down and 4. And we're going to get a false start against the Eagles. Tony Correnti.
False start. Offense number 17. 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
3rd down and 9 now. Just a 3-man rush, and Bradford able to thread it through the middle to Jordan Matthews, and into Cardinal territory he goes.
In just 8 games already, they're leading Sacker.
He still has it after all those years at Indianapolis, and that catch, a juggling grab made by Jordan Matthews. No huddle, there's the time to the next play, 17 and a half here. To the outside, that's caught by Sproles, and he cannot spin away. He picks up the first down. Dayon Buchanan. Buchanan playing that linebacker role, weighing in at about 210. Play action, pass caught. That's a gain of about 7.
Happens the longer this goes here.
2nd down and 3. Blitz coming, and Bradford fires over the middle, and that's dropped at the 2-yard line. Flag down.
Holding. Offense number 24. 10-yard penalty. Repeat. 2nd down.
And that's the running back Matthews. 2nd and 13 after the penalty. Good clean pocket, and then that pass is incomplete, intended for Darren Sproles.
Thought he was going to keep going.
Blitz coming again, and Bradford gets hit as he throws, and the pass is caught. Going to the ground is Jordan Matthews. Terrific drive for him.
Their defensive coordinator got him unblocked.
So now you've got Mark Sanchez handing the ball off to Sproles. He can go nowhere. Marred by a couple of ACL tears. Comes here, missed 2 games this year, but back after 1 play, and he slings it to the right side. Ryan Matthews takes the ball to the 19-yard line. Arizona blitzes more than any team in the league, but not here. They send 4, and over the middle, it's incomplete. Surrounded by a passive of Cardinals is Ertz. And Sturgis took over when Cody Parkey got hurt early in the season. 36-yard attempt by the former Miami Dolphin is good. Veteran Stadium, which was across the parking lot that many years ago. To the end zone, Kerwin Williams from 3 yards in. Gets back to the 17-yard line. Fitzgerald will go to the Hall of Fame someday. Sliding to the right. Parsons slides away from what would have been a sack, and there is Fitzgerald having a fabulous season. Gain of 18. And Johnson looking for room. There is none, and that is Fletcher Cox, who will probably wind up.
He's a guy that plays the complete game, and you got a chance to see both in those last 2 plays.
Look at the great defensive back, Willie Brown, who grew up in Yazoo City. Meanwhile, Johnson finds a hole, gets it out to the 43-yard line. And swinging to the outside, that's Johnson. He slips a tackle, and that enables him to pick up a first down with plenty to spare. He's a triplet. He has 2 sisters. And this is Johnson again to the 38-yard line. They had high hopes for this guy. Tight formation on 2nd and 2. Give it to him again. And he will get stacked up at just about the first down line. 3 tight ends here on 3rd and inches. And that provides leverage for Johnson, who gets to the 33, and he moves the chain.
Run blocker was really produced for him.
And they go empty on 1st down, and the pass caught. And this is Kerwin Williams, who just came into the game to give David Johnson 7 of his first 8 for 112. And a quick toss to Michael Floyd on the outside. And the big receiver makes his first catch. Comes in. Big television audience Thanksgiving. Well, this is Calvin Johnson. Meanwhile, here's Fitzgerald. And Larry gets to the 6-yard line. Now sets up in the backfield with Palmer. And Carson throwing one, and it's juggled and incomplete. It's John Brown who can't hold it in. Going 5 wide. 3-man rush. And they're going to get Palmer, sack him at the 10. Only missed 2 of 27 this season. And bangs that one through. 1994, 22nd season. He's watched his team go to the playoffs 12 times in that span. Josh Huff running back the kick and takes it out to the 25-yard line. So nothing really to write home about this season. Ryan Matthews is the back. He takes an inside handoff and gets to the 27, tackled by Morrow.
Be pretty tough.
Sea change for him in a lot of ways. A little toss here.
To the point where he's speaking Eagleese now.
But the language. 3rd and 6. That's a pass over the middle, but they're going to be short of the first down.
They didn't get him until a few games in.
Connie Jones to punt, first punt of the game. Fair catch called for by Patrick Peters. Kerwin Williams is the back. And a gain of about 3 yards.
So he put on 25 pounds in like 3 weeks.
It's the best smelling campus ever with all those food trucks. Palmer is going to take off and slide to a stop at the 30-yard line, first down, and a flag is down back at the 19.
Holding, offense, number 76. 10-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
Second down and 16. And cutting back through the middle up to the 18 goes Kerwin Williams in the game, flanking Palmer. He stays in to block, and Palmer slings one incomplete. Coverage is good. John Brown was the intended receiver. Drew Butler, his first punt of the night. Fair catch is called for, and then it bounces, takes an eagle hop.
That grand experiment has paid off big.
Now this drive begins with a Matthews run, and Matthews to the 34-yard line. 33 seconds after the last play. Rolling out. Bradford saw nothing across the field. Has a little bit of room, and takes the ball to the 28-yard line. Marco Murray now comes into the game for the first time. So 20 minutes into the game. They fake it to him, and then the pass is caught, and that is Jordan Matthews.
Oh, Sam Bradford didn't see him hustling one of their guys off late. He could have snapped it and got a free play.
Well, the play fake finds the open man, Zach Ertz, touchdown.
On the back end, here's Tony Jefferson, who is filling in for Rashad Johnson, who's really the play caller on that defensive secondary. Now, Tony Jefferson may be a little bit better athlete.
Ertz, their second leading receiver, that's his second touchdown catch of the year. Sturgis with the point after. 10-10 is the score. And 7 yards deep, taking a knee back there. Strong side right, that's the lineman in there. This is David Johnson. And he'll chug his way. Johnson threads his way for a couple. We go to Michelle. And the blitz is coming. They pick it up, and Palmer fires to Fitzgerald. And Larry Fitzgerald has the first down. They're playing the slot corner. Came over after several fine seasons with the Saints, and Palmer's going to air it out. Deep shot into double coverage, and they knock it away. Receivers, a guy like J.J. Nelson can be number 5. Palmer throws, and that is dropped at the 35-yard line. Michael Floyd. It's 3rd down and 10. Jalen Watkins comes in. Maxwell was able to leave right after we went to the break. Palmer steps up. Palmer goes deep, and it is dropped. Wow. It's John Brown.
3rd drop of the game. He didn't drop any hardly coming in here.
Butler's kick. Fair caught at the 15-yard line by Darren Sproul. From the 15, Ryan Matthews is the back. Kind of time caught by Bradford, but the pass is incomplete, intended for Ertz, who looks for a flag. His big catch toward the end of the game last week to cement the win against Buffalo. And taking the ball in at the 19-yard line is Jordan Matthews. He's right on the doorstep to the playoffs this time. 3rd and 5, and that pass is low and incomplete, intended there for Jordan Matthews, and it will be 4th down.
Jordan Matthews, that combination, as good as there is in football.
The left-footed Jones. This is Peterson from the 27. Oh, runs into his own man and loses the ball. And a big scramble, and Arizona has apparently recovered. First down from the 33. They begin this drive with play action. And Palmer to the outside, and that will be hauled in by Michael Floyd, who makes the catch before he steps out of bounds.
I think he only do a handful of them.
First down from the 48. Gain of 5 here for Johnson. I'll tell you how astute the Philadelphia fan is. David Johnson cuts it back and is able to slip away from everybody. And look at this run. David Johnson ran through the entire Eagle defense all the way to the end zone. Yeah, the officials confer. He gets across the goal line. Wow.
Seen all year. Larry Fitzgerald out there on the point. Darren Fells, but it looks like he's down. Everybody sort of stops on the play right there, and then he just runs through everybody else. Ed Reynolds last, and Biggers keeps his balance. You know, that's worthy of beast mode there.
Confirmed. Now an extra point by Catanzaro.
Harris would be proud.
Yeah. Clear skies, no threat of rain. 17-10 Arizona. The kickoff here by Catanzaro. Run back from the 6-yard line by Josh Huff. And it's a good run back all the way out to the 44-yard line. Trying to get the crowd stirred up as well from the 44. Bradford with line protection, tipped and incomplete.
To be able to stop one or the other.
Bradford and line doing a nice job, and it's caught at the 50-yard line. Josh Huff takes the ball to the 48. It'll be 3rd down and 2.
Trick Peterson was saying the same thing. You could tell that he just likes that a little better.
3rd and 3, and that will be taken in for a first down by Brent Selleck.
And Sam Bradford read it just right.
Turning around a little bit too late, and it's a gain of a couple here for Darren Sproles to the 25. On the outside and close to a first down. Zach Ertz.
Find him a little easier, but that's how fast it works.
Traffic, a little shot there from Josh Morrow at the end, and this will be a first down on a little flip over to Darren Sproles. Pursuit of perfection. They're now 14-0. First down. This is Bradford throwing to the 12-yard line. Sproles is there to make the catch.
In there may have wanted to simplify a bit.
Sproles takes it to the 10.
Substitutions. See if they take advantage one more time.
3rd and 3, and that's caught and taken down. Now where are they going to spot it? As Ertz gets tackled about a half-yard shy of the first down.
Thing actually went down. Sort of lands on the hips down right there.
He's down before then. There are no challenges inside 2 minutes.
It's short of a first down. Therefore, it'll be 4th down. Timeout, Philadelphia.
All right, so Philly takes the timeout, 4th and inches. Cooper in motion. And Matthews is going to be stopped short of the first down. So the Arizona Cardinals from the 8-yard line. Give it to that man Johnson, having a tremendous night, and he picks up a first down, gets it out to the 20-yard line. In this situation, there's a lot to mull over here as Arizona took the timeout, giving Palmer a chance to go deep downfield, and that is incomplete. That had a little discussion about how much or how little Murray has been used this season. As David Johnson is now in the triple figures in the first half, and he picks up a first down out to the 33-yard. Lost in Carolina. I mean, they had nobody left. This year relatively healthy. And first down, Palmer throwing deep downfield into triple coverage.
The way David Johnson was playing, you certainly don't want to see him out.
And now you got Ferwin Williams, and Williams will go out of bounds. So with 10 seconds, they don't have a timeout. Locker room, the ball at the 49. Palmer looking to pick up about 15 and get out of bounds, and Fitzgerald is there. That's incomplete. Screen right there.
Just be careful. Larry Fitzgerald can jump out of the gym. He gets not going to get the chance.
And have the opportunity. That's thrown away out of bounds, and that will end the first half. Knight at the link. Catanzaro will send this one into the end zone, and Philadelphia will begin its drive at the 20. Sending in the plays per usual. Ryan Matthews begins as the running back here. Bradford fires, and that is caught by Riley Cooper. To the strains of Coop, he gets thrust into the Philadelphia bench after a gain of 15 halftime, checking with a lot of the people outside the press box. So we can figure out why Murray wasn't in the game on 4th and short.
Do it more of the scat bag types.
Haven't seen Barner yet tonight. And that pass is through the hands of Zach Ertz. Over in the offseason trade blockbuster with Nick Foles going to the Rams. And Bradford has that one tipped and incomplete. That's Calais Campbell. Jones, his 3rd punt of the night, backing up and making a fair catch at the 12 is Peters.
Goal. Beast mode run. That was fun.
And there he is after you shake it up at the end of the half. He starts with a run out to the 19-yard line. That's
a lot with his own family members, but he has come through the crowd, and we really enjoyed visiting with him earlier this year. Sharp bit.
Yep. 3 triplets, 2 sisters. That's John Brown making the catch. Yard line. Palmer, quick toss. Floyd has to reach down to pluck it. 2nd and 5. I mean, the circus catch has become very routine. Johnson cuts it back. And Johnson, being very patient, takes it all the way to the 38-yard line. 10 yards.
Who hasn't?
Eligible. Here's Johnson. He's going to cut it back again. Takes it to the 32-yard line. 2nd down and 4. And Williams takes the ball to the 30-yard line. 3rd and 2. Palmer stepping up. He's going to go deep on 3rd and 2. And Floyd is there to make the catch. And he's out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
What a catch.
Watkins is there with him, looking back. Somehow a little pushing and shoving going on, all incidental.
Unbelievable.
And now is Kelly going to challenge it?
I think his shoulder landed out of bounds.
Yeah.
If that's what hit first.
Kelly's going to challenge it. With a smile, with Correnti looking like...
Philadelphia is challenging the ruling on the field of a completed pass. During the play, the receiver is able to possess the ball, and his right knee hit inbounds prior to him going out of bounds. Therefore, it's a completed pass at the 2-yard line. Philadelphia will be charged with their first timeout.
David Johnson is the back from inside the 1, and then Johnson trying to get into the end zone for a 3rd time, and he does.
Great job that he does receiving, but watch him block as well. He has now become the Hines Ward of this team. Remember, Bruce Arians was at Pittsburgh for a long time, and he has basically just at an older age picked up new tricks and has made himself invaluable.
Cancero's extra point is no good. It's the 4th time he has missed an extra touchdowns. Cardinals there to clinch the playoff spot, trying to clinch the division tonight, and this is tough.
Understand that part of it. Then they turned around and gave it to DeMarco Murray.
10-yard penalty for a block in the back on that run back, which is why
in this division, so they thought, well, we can hurt the Cowboys and help us at the same time.
2nd down and 10. Bradford, oh boy, just barely avoids a safety.
And Bradford, who still nursing that bad shoulder.
Now Bradford, and that's exactly what they needed. Otherwise, they would have punted from the back of the end zone.
Because Golden with the shot that time.
All night long he has. Now Sproles taking up about 2 yards before he spins out of bounds.
Takeaway guys on Arizona's defense.
From the 26. Inside handoff this time. And they still can't get Sproles untracked. He has carried the ball now. Some odd sport science.
Yeah.
Bradford throws over the middle. Cooper, and he's able to get the first down. And the ball comes out at the end at the 36. And the official says, no, he was down first down. Yeah, they did before they can challenge. And finally, DeMarco Murray handles the ball halfway through the 3rd quarter. His first carry of the night. Flipped it to him here. And caught by Zach Ertz for a first down to the 49-yard line. Murray crosses the 50 and not much farther. Bradford fires over the middle, and that is caught and trying to get the first down, and he does, is Jordan Matthews.
Back to Jerry Rice, his mom, Jerry Rice's cousin. Oops.
Oh, Bradford gets sacked, fumble, ball is loose. Yet Marcus Golden, he's been all over the place, and it's recovered by Arizona. So now the Cards have it at their own 44-yard line. David Johnson. And a few times they've been able to corral him. That's a gain of 1.
Guy, a more powerful kind of guy, and showed it there.
Play action. Palmer throwing. Caught. First down. And dropped in. Nope. 3rd down. And that really killed him at the end. But Stan has a lot of experience on 3rd and 9. Comes into the game, goes deep downfield, and the pass is tipped away. He had Floyd in his sights, but that's Watkins making the play.
Just communication things when guys don't work together much.
Drew Butler sailing into the night sky. Sproles at the 10-yard line. And a run back of 7 out to the 17-yard line. Pretty soon we're going year-round, partner.
Possibly with us, too.
At the 16-yard line, Ryan Matthews for a gain of 3 to the 19.
But this team was last year before Carson got hurt.
Swinging to the outside. Stephon there. First down. Matthews.
Their season fell apart.
Yeah, Stan was doing okay. He got hurt. That was the end of that. And meanwhile, fired over the middle and caught for another first down. That's Zach Ertz. Your tight end out of Stanford. And the ball is on the ground again. And the Cardinals recover. So the Eagles turn it over back to back. Ryan Matthews with the fumble.
Absolutely was. As soon as I bragged on Zach Ertz, he missed the block. And I think it just surprised Matthews.
Is Carson Palmer in the game? Rolling, throwing, and it's caught. Johnson makes the catch. And Johnson, a gigantic night, takes a big pop, but not until he picks up a first down. Took the hit, first down now from the 38-yard line. Hand the ball off, 3-yard gain for Johnson here. Go in the quarter. Deep drop, good protection. Fires it to the outside. Dan Fells makes the catch. And is out of bounds. And does he get the first or forward progress or not? Very close. Johnson. See Jaron Brown saying, we've got it. But the Zebras will determine that. And where they spotted here, Tony Correnti takes a peek. First down. Play action. Fitzgerald ggets held, and that creates a flag, and it's Jalen Watkins who held him up.
Second and third string cornerbacks.
The ball will be placed in the spot of the foul, and an automatic first down.
Maxwell is out of the game. Rowe, who started the game, is out. Meanwhile, you got Palmer buying time, and he throws, and that's caught, and spinning around and staying in bounds is John Brown for the touchdown. Biggers could not stop him, and Brown gets into the end zone.
Going to come back, and there's nothing to cover in the back of the end zone. You know, I mean, you're down there, and this is when typically it's one of the reasons it's so hard to play red zone football, because the defensive backs don't have to worry about you running past them, and Biggers sort of
last week eclipsed Kurt Warner's team record of 30. Catanzaro for the point average in Super Bowl 1 and in Super Bowl 50. I mean, of all the stories, that's Bruce is 63, Pratt's 80, Tom Moore is 77. That pass is caught, and close to a first down there. Jen Welter, who was on the staff during preseason. Up to the 39-yard line. In the waning seconds goes Ryan Matthews. Being brought to you by Geico. Al Michaels, Chris Collins with Michelle DeFoe. Start the fourth quarter with an interception by Buchanan. And Buchanan will roll all the way to the end zone. And the Arizona Cardinals, a team that used to never be able to win in the Eastern time zone.
That he breaks out, and complete confusion. Thought he was going to break right across the face of Dayon Buchanan. There is his first career interception, and if you're going to make one as a linebacker, why not go ahead and score a touchdown with it too? It is that I really have a lot of respect for that young man. His head coach asked him to do something a little out of the ordinary and paying dividends.
Kansas Bruins from Foxborough. It was great to see that game outdoors on New Year's Day. Josh Huff running back the kick and gets tackled up at the 29-yard line. That long for these two franchises. Full start here.
Offense number 71. 5-yard penalty and will remain first down.
Stadium and all those sellouts and all that additional money. They have a little play money now.
First and going and getting free wide open is Jordan Matthews on a coverage breakdown. So for the moment, a little bit of oxygen left for Philadelphia on a 77-yard catch and run.
Jumps this thing. He's going to see an underneath coverage and does not see this deep over. Looks like they're supposed to be in too deep. Tony Jefferson jumped the underneath receiver, never saw Matthews.
58 yards and the touchdown. And so there's a little bit of life left here. As
to Michelle.
Yeah. Michelle. Merry Christmas. Over the Kitties. Taking to the 3-yard line here, Kerwin Williams. To the 23-yard line. And there are others as well as we start this drive from the 22-yard line. And we begin here with Johnson through the middle. All right, whose hat are you throwing into the ringer? I know who it is, but win it. Second down and 5. Taking some time off the clock now. Johnson cut to the outside, looking to pick up the first down. Comes up a little bit. Ponce de Leon. It's down to Phoenix. Johnson backing his way for a first down. So he got stopped from the 33. Goes again. And he'll get a little fresher too when Ellington is able to come back. Andre Ellington, good back, but second down and 6. Goes to the clock, and that is caught and taken to the 40-yard line by John Brown.
With all the really great teams and tremendous records, they would host a playoff game.
Think about that, and Palmer's going to get sacked. And that's Connor Barwin who's able to come in. And
he was a first-round draft pick, too.
Butler, short kick. Sproles at the 30, but right along the sideline. And works his way out to the 35 next week. They could pull them within a game, and it would come down to the final game of the year. As the catch is made, and across the 50-yard line goes Josh Huff for a first down. In the long, somewhat less than storied history. And this is Zach Ertz. It's taken down there for a gain of a couple by second down and 7 now. Bradford fires, finds the open man, and he goes right back to a tight end. It is Selleck who makes the catch for a first down. At the 36, Bradford going deep and incomplete. Good coverage that time.
Might be safer even.
Second and 10. Pressure on. Ball tip. Matthew.
Play man-to-man on the slot, and he's a tremendous blitzer. He is a complete player.
Bradford checks it off underneath. Sproles makes the catch, and he gets tripped up. And all of a sudden, we've got a few people coming back in from the parking lot. And Bradford throws, but that pass is incomplete, and they turn it over on downs. His career as an Arizona Cardinal. Play his whole career with the franchise. And then drafting somebody like this guy, Johnson.
That so far in this game.
Palmer finally finds the open guy. Sooner or later, somebody gets free, and in this case, it's Darren Fell. Gerald, play clock at 1 as they get it off. And Johnson. He's got a chance for a 200-yard night. David Johnson. Johnson adding a few more to that total, getting to the 37-yard.
Know that part of the rule, but the quarterbacks, they have weird rules in there, so you have to wear the elf outfit.
Yeah, Palmer says you
season battling type 2 diabetes, and just amazing the difference in him.
3rd and 1, and here is Johnson making the catch, taking it to the 24-yard line. Erwin Williams comes in as the running back for a gain of a couple.
They dropped tonight. They could have had 50 or 60 on the board.
2nd and 8. And Palmer's going to go Fitzgerald and incomplete. 3rd and 8. To the outside goes Williams. And he'll get taken out of bounds.
That might impact what we see moving forward.
38-yard attempt by Catanzaro. And that makes it 57 points on the board. It was already over before that.
Fitzgerald and Tyrann Mathieu as your stars, and Carson Palmer, but he was the one talking. They're all just good guys, so you don't have issues in the locker room that you have to deal with at all. These are all, if the Eagles, for some reason, decide they don't want him, I think there's going to be a line of people who do.
And that's going to get picked off at the 40-yard line by Tyrann Mathieu. And now he's got to flex his right with 2.5 minutes remaining now in the 4th. And now you got Drew Stanton in the game with Stephon Taylor. So I think Mr. Arian, 2nd and 9. Stephon Taylor breaking tackles to the 22. Building, but for whatever reason, more wins away than here.
Well, maybe time for Jeffrey Lurie to give him another speech.
No, with that team,
no question.
With the expectations going into the season, you know the story. Kelvin Benjamin got hurt. They may have a perfect year, who knows? But he'd be the choice right now. And for Chip Kelly, well, again, the great thing about the Eagles, if you're an Eagle fan, is you just win the next 2 games. You're in the playoffs, and you're playing a home game the 2nd week of January. There's the final score of 40-17. And coming up next, it'll be the Volkswagen post-game report after these messages from your NBC station.